Hello you fantastic people and welcome back to Borderlands 3, which is a super quick video on Mayhem 10 modifiers. I'd say these are definitely the best ones to use for flak in general. I'd say most of them could be considered the best modifiers to use for Mayhem 10 for any character. I'd say one could probably be considered the only one that's flak specific, but we're going to go through them real quick. It's for, particularly if you guys are using my builds, they're definitely the best ones to use for fadeaway flak, and I use the same for gamma flak anyway. We'll start off with the ones I'm currently using. This is my fadeaway build that is currently in the works and will be out super shortly, but these Mayhem modifiers I've been using since pretty much the start. I'll also give you guys the reasons why I chose each particular one, as well as some options if you guys don't like a particular one, which is totally understandable. Starting from the very hard modifier, Holy Crit is literally the best modifier for flak in general. As a very hard modifier, it just gives you 25% extra crit hit damage. If you're using fadeaway flak, it is an absolute no-brainer, because when are you not doing critical hit damage? It's an easy one. Definitely do that one. I still definitely use it for my gamma burst flak as well. I could see why some people would want to use it, but if you are accurate, I would definitely recommend it, because if you're hitting them in the head or whatever their critical hit spot is, you're just doing more damage. So I would recommend that for any character as long as you can hit the critical hits. Of course, if you're using some particular weapons, that's not possible to do, so if your build relies on those, I'd recommend other ones. For example, Body System is a good one to go as a very hard modifier if you don't want to use Holy Crit, but for both my flak builds I use Holy Crit, and it honestly just makes the build stronger, which is great. As for the next one, the hard modifier, I would recommend Laser Fire, particularly for the new Guardian Takedown that just came out. Would recommend that one, particularly if you're using the recursion, because it's another thing that you can actually ricochet the recursion off, get more damage, and just destroy all the mobs in the area. So would recommend that. I also really like it myself for the way I play. I can notice it way easier on the ground. It's very obvious what's happening. For example, compared to like Pool Party or the floor is lava, there's just elemental puddles that just spawn underneath your feet and just start damaging you. I don't notice that stuff and I really don't like it, so I'd recommend Laser Fire because you can jump over it. It's really obvious. If you guys don't like Laser Fire, the other Mayhem modifier that's in the hard section that I would use is Chain Gang. I actually regularly use that one instead of Laser Fire whenever I'm not using the recursion, because the Laser Fire, for example, in the crystal sections of the Guardian Takedown, kind of gets annoying if there's one of them in there. You have to try and jump over it all the time, or just try and shoot it and destroy it in time before it downs you. Whereas Chain Gang, it's really obvious. Again, it's in your face, you won't miss it. You can jump over it if you want to, try and avoid it, and you just see it coming rather than something like Pool Party. Pretty sure my entire message so far in this video is don't use Pool Party. Wouldn't recommend that one. As for medium modifier, Healy Avenger is definitely recommended. This one is extremely easy. Essentially, it doesn't affect your character's damage, and it doesn't mess with your build in any way, shape, or form. Healy Avenger is essentially just a little love heart that comes out of an enemy, will slowly float towards another one and will heal it if it gets there in time. You can shoot it if you don't want it to happen. Realistically, if one mob gets some health back, it's not the biggest a deal in most builds, so it doesn't really affect you. Plus, you can bounce off the recursion. It's just more damage, honestly, if it's still in the air. Essentially, if a Mayhem modifier doesn't destroy your build, it's pretty good. Especially when I'm pretty sure Mob Mentality is a medium modifier, and that actually gives enemies more damage, and I think fire rate as well. So that just shows how much difference there is in some medium modifiers. Would definitely recommend Healy Avenger. As for easy modifiers, there's actually two I would recommend now. Speed Demon is fantastic. One, because running around really fast is great, saves you a bunch of time, and it's just fun to do. But also for the Guardian Takedown that just came out, you can actually do a few skips of a few boring mobbing areas that saves you a bunch of time if you want to do skips as well. But if you guys aren't interested in that, totally fair. There's actually another one that is great that I've used all of the time, and it is Big Kick Energy. Always forget the name of it. But essentially, you can increase 25% gun damage, which is fantastic. You do reduce your weapon spread, so it's a little bit more inaccurate, and your recoil is a little bit more off. I think it's 50%, something like that, which honestly isn't the biggest of deal. It is definitely noticeable, but for an extra 25% gun damage, particularly for the way I play, I'm usually up in enemies' faces. That spread and that recoil honestly isn't too noticeable. So those would definitely be my two easy modifier recommendations. But yeah, those are my Mayhem 10 modifiers for flak, my best ones that I use for both of my builds for flak, and I feel like they're just great for just in general any character, regardless of if you're doing the Guardian Takedown, the original Melee 1 Takedown, boss farming, if you're doing a whole new playthrough on Mayhem 10, anything like that. Those are the ones I would use, definitely. But yeah, I hope this quick a little video helped you guys out working out which Mayhem modifiers to use for your new Guardian Takedown builds. If you guys want to check out any of the ones that I made for the new Guardian Takedown, they'll be linked in the description down below. You can just check out the channel. I do already, as a person in this video, have a Gamma Burst build out. The fadeaway build will be coming out very shortly, just finalizing it over this weekend. If you guys want to come check it out live, I'll be live streaming, finishing up the build, doing some Guardian Takedown runs with the new micro patch that came out today. That'll be linked in the description down below. I'm going live just after I post this video. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next video and a live stream. Till then, adios.